Hey everybody, movie reviewer next door here, and I'm back with another review. And regrettably, I'm starting another series of 5 films. And given how I feel about the first one, I'm not holding out much hope. But tonight I watched The Bourne Identity from 2002. This is a spy action thriller film directed by Doug Liman, and it stars Matt Damon, Franco Potente, Chris Cooper, Clive Owen, Brian Cox, Adewale I'm gonna butcher this. Adewale Akinoye Agbaje, and Julia Stiles. In this film, wounded to the brink of death and suffering from amnesia, Jason Bourne is rescued at sea by a fisherman. With nothing to go on but a Swiss bank account number, he starts to reconstruct his life, but finds that many people he encounters want him dead. However, Bourne realizes that he has the combat and mental skills of a world-class spy, but who does he work for? So what did I think of the Bourne Identity? Well, by my reaction, you could probably assess that I did not care for it. I I'm sorry if you hear a cat. Um this is considered by a ton of critics to be one of the best action films of all time. All time. Counting every film made from like back in the 1800s to now. I think they're full of shit. I don't say this often, but given how many movies have come out with like even films that were made on like budgets less than $1 million, to say that this is one of the best action movies of all time, and even going as far as to say it's the best, along with its sequels, which I'll get to, I guess. I think these people are either high, stupid, or have not seen action films. But let me get to the cast before I go on this rant. Matt Damon plays Jason Bourne. Guy wakes up in the middle of the ocean, 2 bullets in his back, memory lost. Um, he's nothing special in this role. I've never really cared for Matt Damon. That's not even the issue. I just think he's not a good casting choice for a like, because this is kind of doing a MK Ultra type of plot where they're kind of being activated, and all that. They're like sleeper agents, but like from made by American agent corporate agencies for American use. But he's not really that good. He is very bland and at times very annoying to me. I'll get more into that when I talk about the movie itself. Franca Potente plays Marie Kreutz, a woman that basically strung along on Bourne's journey to like help drive him to Paris and other places. I've always liked Franca Potente. I think she was really fucking creepy on The Bridge season 2. If anybody hasn't watched that show, I do very much recommend it, especially over this. Um, she was in a German film called Anatomy that I really liked. Really creepy, like body horror movie. Here, she does what she can. I do like her presence in this. Chris Cooper plays Alexander Conklin, basically the head of this operation. He's giving a very I don't care performance. It, it it's really I love Chris Cooper, and I'm so mad that his performance is the way it is in this. Clive Owen plays the professor. He's one of the agents. He barely gets any dialogue and barely gets any screen time, and that sucks because I love Clive Owen. Brian Cox plays Ward Abbott, another guy within the agency. He has really weird looking eyes and hair in this. I love Brian Cox. He's given barely anything to do. Adovale, I'm not gonna try to say his name again. As Wombosi, he's also not in the movie much. He's okay. And Julia Stiles is Nikki Parsons. She's a tech person for this organization. She's okay. The thing about this movie that annoys the shit out of me is its reputation. There's two groups of people in the action movie sphere. There's one group that says, "Oh, the Bourne movies, they changed action movies for the better. They became more energetic, more fast-paced." And then there's the other side that says, "Oh, you mean that shaky cam bullshit where they don't have to do actual choreography, they just shake the camera while the actors fumble around so that they can have high budget talent look like they're actually doing stunts, which they aren't. It just looks like shit." I'm on that side for now because I haven't seen the sequels yet, but apparently the shaky cam situation gets way fucking worse. There are some people that say it's deliberate and every shake of the camera is pre-planned, which is a load of garbage. I'm sorry. The, when your camera is shaking up and down like this, that is not pre-planned. That is just very lazy filmmaking. If you want to give me an actual argument on why I'm wrong in the comments, as long as you're civil, go ahead. I will be civil back. But if you drop some bullshit again, like, "Oh, every shot is pre planned," that whole thing, I'm not going to be easy on you because it is one of the worst things for me that has happened to action movies. You got it in pretty much every film from, um, what's his fucking name that did the Taken sequels? Olivia Megaton. Columbiana had it. Fucking Taken 2 and 3. Transporter 3. All of those movies have that type of shaky cam bullshit. Doug Liman, this director, does that all the time. Paul Greengrass, the director of the sequels. And I don't understand why people just watch it and they're like, "Oh, this is fine. It's not like I can't tell what the fuck is going on." And then they go on to say that these are some of the best action scenes of all time. No. You want to see some of the best action scenes of all time? Go watch Hard Boiled. Go watch The Killer. Go watch Long Kiss Goodnight even. That's a better amnesia-based action thriller than this. Gina Davis is fantastic in it. Samuel Jackson is a very interesting buddy. The villain is a lot of fun. Craig Bierko. Um, ton better action, way better filmed. Rennie Harlin knows what the fuck he's doing. Go watch Rennie Harlin's films. Go watch Cliffhanger. Go watch Die Hard 2. Go watch um well yeah, go watch Long Kiss Goodnight. Like I like have people lost their minds? Why do they think this is like some mountain top of cinema? Again, discussion is always open in the comments. Go ahead. I want to know, legitimately, what makes this film so good for many people. If you love it, fine. I only urge you to. Only thing I'll do is urge you to watch more action movies, but fine. You are allowed to like it. You're allowed to love it even. You're allowed to have it be your favorite film of all time. I'm not going to shit on you. I'm only going to question you. But that's because I do that. I like to discuss things with people, even if I get a bit too heated sometimes. But this film, even the action aside, I'll get to the action, but even the action aside, the main plot can be summarized in a couple sentences. Like the entire plot of the movie and what happens in the movie. And this isn't a spoiler because you've seen films like this before. Uh, uh, Amnesiac is found by fishermen, turns out to be a spy for a major organization. There you go. I just summed it in one sentence. This film did not have any surprises. It didn't have any. It's one of those movies that I really can't stand where the main character is perfect. Literally, Matt Damon's character in this, Jason Bourne, does not make any mistakes, which makes a character like this very boring to watch. An amnesiac character making mistakes would make it a lot more interesting, where they have to fly by the seat of their pants and think of things off on the spot because they're in a sticky place. Like I was talking about Long Kiss Goodnight, there's a bit where she's stuck in a freezer with her daughter, and she ends up uh, using gasoline to um, to blow open the door to the freezer. She uses her wits instead of just being a perfect character. And also she switched between the personalities. So it's like you've got a whole different character, and it's a lot more interesting. And I want her to survive. Jason Bourne is a fucking annoying character because like they try to make him feel a bit more human in certain situations, but for the most part, he just comes off very annoying. And I don't care if he survives. And it, I'm, I don't know what to say. I guess I'll go to the action till I can think of something. The action scenes in this are nothing to write home about. They are just as unspecial as the action scenes in Point Break, another film that people tend to consider one of the best action movies of all time, when a lot of the action, yes, there's some really well filmed surfing, and there's like one car chase, but it's like so horribly filmed where they're cutting every half a second in Point Break, and the shootout scenes are nothing special, very flatly filmed. Again, a film that I would consider a better action film from that same director, Catherine Bigelow, Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis. Lots better shootouts. You've got some violence in there. It's it's more engrossing. The shootout at the end is awesome, and you feel like there's actual stakes. In this film, the most action you get, yes, there's technically multiple action scenes. There's a fight scene between Jason and one of the hitmen, or one of the sleepers, that doesn't even end in him like killing him or knocking him out. The guy ends up killing himself, but it's very shakily shot. It's quick cutting very badly, and every hit seems like it's barely connecting. And I don't understand what makes it okay for a film like this to quick cut, and what makes a film like Taken 2, everybody's like, no, 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 it's too much quick cut here. It's like the same fucking thing. It may not be as bad of editing as that film, but it's still really bad. Like, $60 million this film cost. This film cost that much money. And I can only assume that the sequels cost more and more. I know this is back before we got like movies that cost like $300 million. I'm glad it didn't cost that much because I would be even more pissed. My issue isn't even that this is like one of the worst movies of all time. It's that it's regarded as one of the best action movies of all time. And that its score is so high on IMDb. That's what pisses me off. Films like this get the okay, and then a movie like Ninja Shadow of a Tear gets pushed to the side and is like, oh, it looks direct to video. Okay, this movie does not look like it cost $60 million. It doesn't. It looks like they're very much overcompensating with the editing and with the actors involved, when most of the actors involved don't have really much of anything to do. The plot, again, it's very simple. It's so simple that it should not have been 2 hours long. This story could have been told in an hour and a half. Easy. There are way too many scenes of Jason, like, walking into a place and being slowly chased after by cops. This, again, the scenes of him showing off how much of a badass he is are really just, sorry about that, are just really not that well done. It, like, there's like one bit where he takes out two police officers early on, but other than that, most of the fight scenes are really shoddily done. It's not well done. I know what a well done fight scene would look like. Check out Jeff Speakman in fucking Deadly Takeover or Deadly Outbreak. That, him doing the street fighting thing, I can't remember what it's called. Um Kenpo. He was doing Kenpo. That is a lot more realistic looking and brutal. Here, it just looks so unsatisfying, the action. It just feels very neutered. It's neutered and it feels like somebody's first time choreographing an action scene. And also, I heard somebody say the writing was fantastic in this. I don't see that at fucking all. It it's hard to talk about this movie because I don't know what to say. It's just maddening that this is considered that this is held up so high, and I have no fucking idea why it is. It's just boring. This film is ungodly boring, and the characters that I thought could be interesting barely get anything to do. I really don't see, like, if it gets better from here, great. That's exactly what I want. But overall, just this movie is, I just don't think it's any good. It's it's a, the reason it's not lower is because it at least looks like a movie. If it were a movie where it feels like somebody's just making it for the sake of making it, I would make it lower. But at least for the most part, this isn't like a broken movie. It's not it it is a bit offensive to me given the action here and that the story is nothing special at all and has been done before. Um, it's that I went in expecting a good action movie and I didn't get that. But yeah, um, that was my review of The Bourne Identity. If you've seen the film, let me know what you thought in the comments. Um, if you have any recommendations, let me know as well. And movie reviewer next door.